Yes, sir. You have mentioned something on goal-based investing. So can you please elaborate on that?
Even in my previous episode, I said whatever you invest, you should invest for your goals.
Yes.
Okay. Why that is important is generally a lot of people have money and they keep investing with the assumption that that will suffice their children's education plan, children's marriage, retirement plan.
Yeah.
Okay. But how can you justify that? How confident you are that this investment that you are doing will suffice your goal?
Yes.
Let us assume, for example, you have a kid who is 2 years. Okay. Now, if you want to make him an engineer, today will fetch you 20 lakhs. Okay. Now, this 20 lakhs, 16 years down the line, when your kid enters actual UG program, will not be the same.
Yes.
Why? Because education inflation will come into picture. Unless you know the economic value of your goal, or unless you know how much I have to accumulate towards your goal, you will not be in a position to confidently say that my investment will suffice this goal. So generally, you should align all your investments to your goals. For that, you have to first get your financial plan done.
Yes.
Then you are in a position to at least understand that I have to accumulate this much corpus for my child's education. And he will, a financial planner also will tell you with what investment option, how much you have to invest in different options.
Okay.
So you will be then in a position, or might be at least 80 to 90% sure that my investment will suffice that goal.
Yeah.
Okay. And while working on that, you will also be in a position to know whether you are going towards your goal. Okay, so generally I say this is again a very important point. Before investing, get your financial plan done. Get the help of an expert, a financial planner or financial advisor. So he chart out your goal, economic value of your goal. He will make you understand what is your risk appetite. Yes. Then you start investing. So all your investment should be goal based.
Okay.
All your investments.
So basically, before investing, plan your investments.
Yes. So have your financial plan in your life.
Got it, sir. You mentioned earlier one should have appropriate life cover. So what do you mean by that?
Today's world, okay, you know, inflation is going up, earnings are going up. So what people will take more of liabilities and all. Okay, for example, a typical person today, as soon as he gets a job, he gets married, then he takes a house. A minimum worth of a house in tier 1 cities could be minimum 1 crore.
Yes.
So you may not be in a position to completely fund the requirement. So you take a loan. So that's a liability on you. Okay. And in a house, suppose wife is not working or a spouse is not working. So you are the bread earner for that family.
Yes.
Okay. Assuming with all these things, tomorrow any unforeseen event happens. So a typical guy meets with an eventuality. So what will happen to this loan? What will happen to a family standard of living?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where the life insurance will come into picture. Okay. Now, in order to take life insurance, there are a lot of people who opt for life insurance. But will that suffice their liabilities? Will that suffice the family standard of living if he or she is not there? So how do we calculate? Generally in Hindi we say mota moti. Mota moti calculation. So in a simple language, what I will insist is just go by your salary. Today, suppose you are earning 1 lakh per month.
Yes.
That person with an eventuality. His family should get 12 lakhs per annum.
Yes.
So that will take care of his family standard of living.
Yes.
Correct? So in order to get 12 lakhs, how much should be the life cover? So today, assuming, take FD rates at 6%. Okay. So 6% on X amount should give the family 12 lakh rupees.
Okay, got it.
So 6% of X amount should give the family 12 lakhs rupees. So what is that X amount? So if you do this calculation, it will come out to be 2 crores.
Okay.
So generally we will insist people, at least if your salary is 1 lakh and if you don't have any liabilities, you should have 2 crores of life cover given a FD rate of 6%.
Wow.
So something goes wrong or a person meets with an eventuality, the life insurance companies will give this 2 crore coverage to the nominee.
Yes.
So 2 crores, 6% on 2 crores is 12 lakhs.
Okay.
So that will take care of family standard of living.
Yes, got it.
And if you go still in depth, suppose you have taken a loan of 1 crore. So to this 2 crore, you should add up that loan also.
Okay.
So it keeps on increasing.
Yes.
I'm just telling you a plain one enough where you don't have any liability on it. It is just only your earnings, a lakh of rupees per month should have at least 2 crore as a coverage.
Sir, earlier we discussed like one should maintain enough emergency funds.
Yeah.
Okay. So how different is that point?
See, emergency means you are there. Okay. That is only for unforeseen events or some emergency comes.
Okay.
Okay. Today you are working.
This is bigger than emergency.
Yeah. Okay. So you cannot say bigger, but both will have equal value. Since you are working today, suppose you lose a job, then where will you run? So you should have some emergency fund to fund your expenses, day-to-day expenses. So that is also important.
Yes, got it.
This is also important in case of eventuality. To the breeder, whatever you do it for your family. So why not you be sufficiently insured? So you should be sufficiently insured so that in case if I am there or not, the family standard of living shouldn't deter. That's where life insurance companies will come into picture. They will ensure that you are sufficiently insured.
So the only earning person should be insured or the whole family should be insured?
For this life insurance, the breeder should be insured.
Okay.
Because he takes care of family standard of living.
Yes.
So the breeder should be insured.
Insured. Yeah. Okay, sir. Got it. Yes, sir. You also mentioned that one should have medical insurance. So how different is it from the previously discussed topic and how important it is?
To brief about this, assuming, let's take a scenario of COVID. Okay. In COVID times, there are a lot of people who got admitted. I know few of my relatives whose earning was just around 10,000, 20,000 rupees. Okay. So these guys got succumbed to COVID and they were admitted.
Okay. Nobody was ready for this kind of pandemic.
You know, they were admitted for 5-6 days. Their bills were literally 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs.
Yes.
Their earnings were so low to pay the bill was bit difficult for them. Literally, they have to sell certain of their assets, gold and all. If you have a medical insurance of assuming 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, entirely will be cashless. So they would have provided the cashless hospitalization. Today, I keep telling people for age of 25 or 30, you should at least have 20 to 25 lakhs medical coverage.
So the medical insurance works only when the person is alive.
Survive and gets admitted to hospital.
Okay.
Okay.
But what's the difference between medical and the life?
Life cover is when you are not there. When you are not there, the company, the family should have maintain the same standard of living.
Yes.
They should get certain cash in their hand to maintain
sustain their family.
So insurance, if you are not there, that life cover will be given to the nominee. In your case, your wife is the nominee.
Yes.
Suppose something goes wrong or you meet with an eventuality, that coverage will be given to the nominee. And in turn, suppose she invests or parks that money into FD, and that will take care of family standard of living.
Yes.
Medical insurance will come only when you get admitted. So that bills will also be reimbursed.
No, okay, got it.
So that is the difference between medical insurance and life cover.
Life cover, yes sir, got it. Sir, you also mentioned that investment should be always in joint names. So can you please elaborate on that?
That's a very good question, Yatish. See, most of the time I have seen for last 18 years, a lot of clients or a lot of investors are investing in individual names.
Okay.
And they nominate.
Hmm.
Okay. But according to few courts, nomination is just a caretaker. Okay. Now suppose you have investments in your name and you are nominated.
This.
Okay. And if you are not there, nomination is a caretaker. Tomorrow somebody comes. Okay. Suppose your wife, or there might be somebody who claims. Okay. That may get into the court, all this investment. Somebody can come and file a case. So it goes into court. But if it is in joint name, suppose you are married, you are the first applicant, second applicant is your wife. Okay. So it will be automatically transferred to wife's name. And it's a very easy process. Very easy process. Even if somebody challenges, since there is a second applicant, automatically the investment will get transferred to that. Okay. Now, certain times I have seen a live example in my career. A client has invested. Okay. And to certain investment, he has not even nominated. Okay. No joint holder also.
No nominees and no joint holders also.
Post his demise, believe it or not, it took literally 6 months to 1 year to transfer her husband's investment
on her
name.
Okay.
It took a long way. But if there is a joint applicant mentioned, believe me, that's a very easy process. That's a very easy process. So I generally insist all my clients to do their investment in joint names so that in case of any unforeseen events, the transition is smooth.
Yes.
The transfers are done smooth. Because at the end of the day, we are investing so that our family members' life is easy.
Yes.
Suppose you are not there, who will run? Your wife has to run.
Yeah.
So for her, it should be a smooth process. So if a joint applicant is there, believe me, it's a very smooth process.
So joint applicant should be inside the family or can it be outside the family also?
Only blood relatives.
Only blood.
Blood relatives generally.
Yes, sir. Got it. Sir, you also mentioned that one should involve the spouse in their investment options. So can you show some light on that?
Not an investment option. It is you should involve your spouse when you are doing investments.
In all the investments?
Yes. Why? Okay. As I told you earlier, I had a lady whose husband had passed away.
Okay.
Now that husband had invested in different options. He had invested in mutual fund, he had FDs, he had real estate. Okay. But what she told me when I met her, she told me my husband was always insisting me to be involved whenever I do my investment so that she is aware.
Yes.
Okay. She should be aware where I have invested.
Okay.
First thing. And who is my financial advisor. Okay. Why this is important is now this guy, this husband has invested in different investment options which the wife is not at all aware. Where and all he has invested. So to chart it out itself will take years. But that is not the case if you involve your wife or your spouse in any investments.
Okay.
At least you should involve her. Suppose today you want to invest ₹1,00,000 in mutual fund.
So should we involve her as joint?
That is definitely.
Okay.
That is, you should do your investment in joint names.
Okay.
But also she should be aware.
Even though she's not added.
She should be aware where you are done investment. Today, assuming you are taken a site.
Okay.
Today we are in Bangalore. Today we are taken a site, 2 sites in Bangalore. Another 1 or 2 sites or real estate in Mumbai or Delhi or suppose Hubli.
Yes.
Okay. Is she aware? You have made her joint applicant, but is she aware?
Yes.
So first thing she has to locate where and all you have done investment. Now suppose you have taken her or involved her in all these investments. She should be aware that you have taken a site in Delhi, you have taken a site in Mumbai, you have taken a site in Hubli. Then only she can track that, trace that. Once she is aware, she can pull out the papers. In that paper, she is a joint applicant. For the transition is smooth for her. Why financial advisors? So whatever investment you do, financial advisor is always aware
Yes.
because he is like a doctor to you, a family doctor to you. So he is well aware. Boss, you have done investment in mutual fund, you have done investment in equity, you have done some FDs. So he is aware. Okay. And one point of contact is your financial advisor. So suppose your wife also you are involved in most of the investments. Few investments are such like you will not even involve your wives. So that time she should know who is the point of contact. Or you have done the investment. Wife knows you have done this investment. But how to redeem that?
Yeah.
What is the process? Only the advisor will be aware. So the wife can call this advisor. So the entire process is very smooth, easy, and it's not at all time consuming. Otherwise, she has to run independently. Slightly it is time consuming, slightly complex because she has to know where to go, which AMCs to go, how to redeem. But if there is an advisor, he will ensure the process is followed and it is a smooth transition.
Okay.
So that's where we say always invest in joint names. Then you should always involve your spouse in all the investment that you do.
So basically, like a family doctor, family should be knowing their family advisors.
Yes. This is what it means. You should involve your wife
Okay.
or spouse.
Yes, sir. That was very insightful, and thank you once again for participating in the wealth talks. So I think we have learned many factors one should consider before investing. So I think everybody will follow the same factors. So thank you very much, sir, once again.
Thank you. Thank you, Yatish.
I hope this gave you clarity and confidence to take control on your finances. Which wealth management topic should we discuss in next video? Comment below. And if you found this episode valuable and want to hear more topics like this, hit a like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with a friend who is in need. Well, I'll join you next time with another interesting episode. Until then, keep learning, keep investing, and keep going. Yan signing off. Ciao, ciao.